Hi, Leathur Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. As I step very carefully so I don't drop this computer. Well, instead of live streaming, I'm going to film this outright and hopefully I will not screw up. Obviously, I'm not Melinda Gates here and I'm not Bill. And I'm not the brightest tool in the shed when it comes to the tech. But I have a story to tell you, and it's about a couple that I met recently. And they're doing, I think I am having problems. Well, I wouldn't want the problems these people have. I met a nice couple here in town, and I was on my way to a medical appointment, and I saw them, and they have a shopping cart, and I saw that they had a cat. And it's a cat that kind of looked like Cassie, a very big version of Cassie. And at first I thought it was a girl cat. Actually, they had not told me specifically that it was a female cat, but because they used the word spay, and because I had not gotten to see the business end of the cat, I assumed that it was a female cat, and I said that I wanted to do something to help them. The cat was attached to, well, sometimes the cat's attached to a rope, sometimes the cat's attached to a leash of some kind, and I wanted to help. So I said, I gave them my phone number and I gave them my address and I told them directions on, how to get there. And I said that I would contact some people in the rescue community. I have been doing cat rescue for quite a while, sometimes just on the internet, sometimes just throwing a couple dollars to different agencies here and there. I have helped to clean up the colonies under the boardwalk with Alley Cat Allies. And there's some really good organizations that I have donated money to through the years that have cat sanctuaries, or that do, any of them that are shelters, they're always no-kill shelters. And so I figured with all these contacts, some of which are actually here in town, I would be able to get somebody to help them. And I have been going on Facebook trying to get people to help, and there's been some talk about what can be done for this couple. But one of the things, of course, that I was concerned about is some of the talk amongst the different people that might help, that were saying things like, well, if these people are on the street and they can't afford to even get the cat fixed, what will happen if the cat gets older and needs medical attention? Because if you can't afford a basic spay or neuter, then you probably can't afford vet bills and stuff. And I was even concerned that maybe there might be some people that might take it upon themselves to take the cat away from these people. And they really were trying. They weren't people that have substance abuse problems, as far as I could tell. And they really seemed to want to do the right thing. And every time that I would pass by on my way to medical appointments or to other things that I had to pass by there, I would see the couple and the cat, and sometimes I would drop off cat food and stuff. And meanwhile, I didn't seem to be making any headway with the people that I was trying to get help, the interest in the care of this couple's cat. And now I can't really talk on Facebook right now because I'm in Facebook jail. And if you don't, or if you're not familiar with that concept, you can get in trouble on Facebook if you say things that violate standards and practices, the community standards. And usually where I run into trouble with that is when I say something political that is offensive to some organization, or, Silicon Valley being that it's heavily liberal. It's very easy to say something that offends somebody, apparently. And the thing is, my posts on Facebook are almost never totally public. The only things that I make public are cat rescue related things, and of course I post the links to my YouTube videos. But somehow some posts have gotten flagged, and so anyway, I'm in the 3-day Facebook jail thing. And the only way that I can communicate with people is via instant messenger. So I've been trying to get something done for this couple. And a lot of times, though, when I go out looking for them, they're not where I can find them. Sometimes, though, they overstay their welcome at the places where they camp out. And then security sometimes asks them to move on down the road. and I don't know all the places where they go, and I had to go to Walgreens to pick up a prescription, and I went looking around other places where I thought they might be, and I have not been able to find them, and I'm really so afraid that I'm going to show up one time and that cat's not going to be there, and it would just rip my heart out if I failed in doing this. And I've already decided that I'm not going to depend on those cat rescue contacts. I was going to take care of it myself. I mean, especially since I found out that it's a male cat. They let me hold him, and male cats cost half the money that a female cat spaying would cost. So I decided that I would take care of it. I will pay and have it done. It can't cost all that much to neuter a male cat. But I haven't been able to find them. And so then I'm trying to live stream this, and for whatever reason, I got the camera symbol with the line through it, which if you tried watching an earlier version of this, that's what you got. And so I decided that the only workaround I could see, I tried turning off the computer and turning it back on, and sometimes that resolves things, but that didn't resolve this. So I decided, well, if YouTube is not going to let me live stream, and I don't understand why it won't let me do that. Normally, if you're not familiar with the process of live streaming on YouTube, you don't turn on the camera first. When you say you're ready to go live, YouTube turns on your camera for you. And I just had to upload the thumbnail image, which is what I already did. But when I started to go live, it didn't turn the camera on at all. I could be heard, but you couldn't see any video. And I tried a second time, and so I figured that if I just film a video out and out, then at least you get something. And I know the quality is not great. At this point, I'm thinking something is better than nothing. I am very unsatisfied with the picture quality of this, unless I get really, really close. And again, I'm so afraid I'm going to drop this. And I actually was trying to illustrate for my mother just what a proper thumbnail should look like. And I showed her the YouTube homepage, and I showed her the quality of the photographs that people use. And true, one of the things that seems to be a factor that I noticed with YouTubers that post links to the equipment, so many times a YouTuber will post these Amazon links, and they'll have used a $2,000 and something camera from Nikon or Canon or something. And I mean, my God, what a budget these people must have. But that said, they probably have ads on their channel, and all those affiliate links are giving them a little bit of coin. So these people have a budget, and I don't have that budget. But I've always been able to get by using whatever I had, and you have to be resourceful in life, and you have to just do the best with what you got. And that's something that I've always prided myself in using my frugal living skills to get things done on a shoestring. But at least by my posting this, and I'm not going to do the editing, I know that I flubbed some words here, and I was not doing this in what's going to look like a professional manner, but I really wanted to get this out there. And so you know that I am trying to produce content for you. I honestly think that maybe this computer is not so good, and I need to get something else. And I don't want to ever seem ungrateful here, but frankly, this computer is not really that good. I mean, one of the other things that's weird about it is I've never been able to get in my Hotmail. When I try to access anything related to MSN, it obviously thinks that this computer belongs to my brother, who very kindly actually gave me this so that I had something to film with. You know, I really have to give my brother a lot of credit. He didn't need to do that, and I never want to seem ungrateful, but for whatever reason, I can't seem to really film on this, so I'm going to have to get another computer, and I've been trying to find some kind of work. If I can find some work and make the money to do it, then I will, and I haven't really been successful in that regard. Nobody wants to pay cash for anything, and right now I really don't have a lot of time to work because I have medical things that I have to deal with. And some appointments have been made, but for the most part, I still, even though appointments have been made, you have to wait for people to see you. And until the middle of July, I'm not going to get to be seen by anybody. So, but meanwhile, I'm really afraid to say I finally did line up a job. It wouldn't start until I needed to see a bunch of medical people, and that would kind of be screwed. So now would be the ideal time for me to work, but that doesn't seem to be happening. So, but all I can do is try to make content for you, but if I can't do that, I don't want you to forget about me. I'm really working on this, but I really want to help this couple, and so I'm working on it, but of course I have to find them again, and they have the information to get a hold of me. I really hope they do so. I'm determined to do this for these people. I know that the money would be a drop in the bucket as far as getting a computer or something, but it would at least get their cat fixed. And it's a male kitty that's spraying. He's about a year old. They got this cat when he was a kitten. They got the cat from a feral colony. And they're really trying to do the right thing. And that's not easy when you've got all your stuff in a shopping cart and you have to dodge security and stay out of the sun and be comfortable. And they have a water, they have a combination of feeder and water container for the cat, and I drop off food for him sometimes, and I imagine that they might be getting food from people. I don't get in people's business, but you know, when people on the street, I mean, I never spanged when I was homeless, but then again, when I was homeless in Los Angeles, I had a dancer job, okay? So I was getting tips every day, and I certainly can't tell you what it's like to have either a child or a pet when you're on the street. But this couple is really trying to do the right thing, and this cat is like their child. And okay, I'm sorry, I'm shaking. My hands actually is shaking. It's really hard to balance this on one hand, but I'm going to see about getting that cat fixed, because if I can't do things for myself, at least I can do something for them. And you know, that's a really great way to get out of, if you're not feeling good about things in your life, one of the great ways to feel better about yourself and things is to do something for somebody else. It's really true. And sometimes it only takes some time and a little bit of money to do something big for another person. And I'm going to help these people. I feel that if not me, who? And sometimes you get the feeling that you put in somebody's path just so that you can help them out. And maybe that's it. Now, why all these other people? And they said that a number of people said that they would help. And for whatever reason, they just flaked out. And the people that I tried to alert to the situation, who know that I'm not what you call rich and whatever, but and they know that I don't have a vehicle, and I don't know. I know that everybody has problems, and a lot of these people are dealing with their own cat rescue situations, and most of them have jobs and significant others and whatever, and I can't be too surprised if I'm not other people's priority, because they have lives too. But that said, I wouldn't ask if there wasn't a real need, but it looks like other people are not going to come through, so it looks like the onus is on me. And the last 3 days, though, I've looked for them and I haven't found them. And, you know, every time that I have an appointment and I have to go somewhere, I always look for them. And the past 3 days, I haven't found them. They don't have a number, so I can't call them. And fingers crossed, at least, that I can find them and I can get this taken care of. Because it can't be that hard to neuter a male kitty. And that's what I feel moved to do. You know, it can't all be about being selfish and taking care of whatever. You have to think of other people. I don't want to sound like I'm turning into some kind of Bible thumper or something, but there is a phrase about being your brother's keeper. And I love cats, obviously, and I have a very soft spot for people in the homeless community. And it's not just because I've been there, because, I mean, the kind of homeless that I wasn't the kind of that where people were pushing shopping carts and things. I was a very subtle, hidden kind of on the street. I was never, you never would have looked at me and been able to tell. I mean, because I had to really not embarrass myself when I was in Los Angeles. I didn't want to do anything that was going to cause it so that people would not want to cast me, because I was still doing movie extra things in the 5 lines or less actors. And when I was a stage dancer, the last thing I would have wanted was for people to know that I was struggling. Now, when I was in San Francisco, it was easier because I was more hidden, and I also wasn't dealing with a professional career there. So it was easier to actually be uh, camping out and doing different things, and of course squats. And if you're got to be on the street, squats are really the best. And in San Francisco, we had some really amazing ones that had electricity and wall-to-wall carpeting, and some had refrigerators full of food. And so you can do pretty well, especially if you hook up with an organization like Homes Not Jails or something. Whether that's still going on there, I don't know. I haven't been to San Francisco since the year 2000, and now it's always been expensive. But now with big tech being headquartered around there, rents are so outrageous. And I understand that they have tent cities, and they have tent cities in Los Angeles, and it's so, the abject poverty and homelessness is so much more obvious there than it was last time I was in California. It would absolutely break your heart. So, but anyway, fingers crossed I can help this couple, because they are trying to do the right thing by this cat, and nobody else seems to want to help them, and I want to help them. So, thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you like me and my content, and I do plan on producing content regularly once I eliminate my tech issues, yeah, subscribe, and hopefully I have more positive subject matter. But let's get this cat fixed so this couple can breathe easier, and then at least they'll have a healthy cat. Okay, I will talk to you later. Bye.